penser, pas fait comme si ou pas ouais. N'a bien non chagrin l'amour non mais nous fait semblant nous bien. Devant moi non pas gommé. Moi pas chanter des sous toute promesse yo. Mais qui j'en peux faire ça? Pour garder mon jeu bouche ou pas tremper pour dire mon pas envie mon corps. Mais qui j'en peux faire ça? Pour garder mon jeu bouche ou pas tremper pour dire mon pas envie mon corps. Moi par contre qui j'en pour quitter ou pas décider pour quitter. Qui ça va faire comme ça? Tous les lèvres, moi tous les lèvres. C'est peut-être ça fait mal pour ça. Tous les lèvres, moi tous les lèvres. Tout ça ouvert c'est les mauvais. Tous les lèvres, moi tous les lèvres. C'est peut-être ça. Ouais pas ouais tout jambe comme c'est où moi aimer. Québec pour pas jouer vérité. Tout ça ensemble. Oui, Québec pour pas jouer ça passer. Toujours comparer avec l'autre monde qui vient. Sans pas vraiment faire comme pour yo je pour tabac ou bac ça. T'es maintenant un papa ou mais qui j'en peux faire ça? Pour garder m'nan j'ai bouche ou pas trembler pour dire ou pas envie mon corps. Mais qui j'en peux pas envie mon corps. Moi par contre qui j'en pour quitter ou pas décider pour quitter. Qui ça va faire pour ça? Tous les lèvres, moi tous les lèvres. C'est peut-être ça fait mal comme ça. Tous les lèvres, moi tous les lèvres. Tout ça ouvre c'est libre. Tous les lèvres, moi tous les lèvres. Mais faut coupable y attendre. La vie coûte. L'amour long, depuis bas de l'amour, j'ai depuis bas de l'amour, j'ai ça moi connais, ta numéro caille ça moi connais.
bon j'aime ni comme moi il m'a parlé pour aller là où les voler dans le ciel à chercher soleil qui fait mille et mille folies si on envie et manquer pour nous toujours bien et si faut me prier divinité manquer fait dans mon âge moi cabine comme moi et manquer prier pour ça toujours tirer
fais-moi la peine fais-moi la peine fais-moi la peine fais-moi la peine
fais-moi la peine non j'aime moi si jamais ça arrivait on l'a manqué aller ouais là-bas le temps qui a passé j'aime qui déchiré
oh Johnny Johnny déjà bon comme donnez la vie moi si vous voulez là où est m'oublier famille tous les bons amis ma que fait mille folies si on envie money voilà pour moi on s'en dit d'ouvrir est-ce que faut moi crier pour comprendre soyez pour moi bon Dieu au cas compter au moins faut qu'on chaîne faut pour moi donner la nuit qu'on joue pour l'amour fais-moi la peine 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 si jamais ça arrivait on l'a moins qu'à qui ça qui réparait j'aime moi qui déchirait fais-moi la peine chérie fais-moi la peine fais-moi la peine tant pis fais-moi la peine fais-moi la peine fais-moi la peine
à douce
c'est seul monde qui a fait me sourire les moins chagrin par contre je dis pas comme nous même comme nous
Save myself the stress.
Good evening, everybody. Bonsoir pour ceux qui sont en décalage horaire. Bonsoir, bonjour. Welcome. Bienvenue, François, Dotsoy. Welcome to St. Martin. Aujourd'hui, is what, mardi? Today's mardi? Today's mardi. I say mardi. Today is mardi?
Of course not.
Today's what jour?
Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi.
Okay, then I tell you. Today is jeudi. I speaking so. J'en ai don't come in one thing and correct me. Today is jeudi. I hope everybody is good. Everybody had a good day, and I hope everybody is October thing. So everybody, please check yourself. So better you check yourself earlier. Better you could have a chance to see 10 years or 20 years go down and like we still there. So tonight, I know it's politics. We go with no stranger to my show because it look like they tell me about La Cruz got abonnement with human. I said no, it's La Cruz. He got something to say. La Cruz crossed the border. If you see how he come in the studio, and he had no camera. Oh, sorry to see how he come in. The man come in with a speed like, hey, I late, I gotta reach. But he wasn't late. He was taking all the time. When grade B people cross over, you have to take some time. So tonight I have the MP in the house with me. We'll talk about a lot of things because these days, how I say, he talking. He always talking, but these days we say, how do we say in political arena? He hitting shots. He asking questions. So, and I believe they vote for he being elected to ask the question the people want to know the answers, everything. So tonight we're here for until midnight. So you tell me no problem. You think I'm gonna sit down here with you until midnight?
No problem with me, bro.
MP La Cruz, welcome back to Youth Radio.
A blessed evening, a blessed evening, a blessed evening to all your public, those viewing, Gerard. And as you can see,
You ain't come by yourself. You got bodyguard.
say hello.
Oh Jesus Christ! So MP, how are you?
God is good, my brother. God is good. God is good all the time. First, let me tell everybody this is the month of October. This is the breast cancer awareness month. This is something that touched me deeply. My mom is a cancer survivor.
Okay.
She had breast cancer 3 times.
Okay.
And thank God she's still here with us and doing well. And one of the things that I could always tell everyone, most important part of cancer is early detection. So please get yourself checked. And something a lot of men don't know, men could also get breast cancer.
Yes.
So always check yourself. Always check yourself because you never know what could happen.
Exactly.
So let me start with that. And thanks again for having me.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
We promise to keep this going, not only during the election, but to make sure that we could continue informing the people about what we're doing in Parliament on the Dutch side and what we're there for, what they put us there for.
Exactly. MP, before I go in the main thing, election, you had election in August. You've been elected for the first in January 24.
Correct.
And just now, August 24, you've been re-elected again.
Correct.
When you're watching your results and because you lose a little bit, how you feel?
Actually, something I didn't actually pay attention to. There were a lot of, I had like 5 people that were on my team, my campaign team, that actually ran now. Ran with other parties, but ran. So when I took their votes and I put them together, they got over 300 votes. So that I lost 75, 76 votes, is 1/4 of it. So and in a snap election. So I am not, that the numbers didn't surprise me much, also because of election day itself. on election day, early in the morning, I left and went back home because something was circulating that I was buying votes in Dutch Quarter. Mind you, Gerard, I didn't even reach Dutch Quarter. And it's a good thing, because they had an officer right next to me that saw me the whole day. But after that, it was like 10:30 in the morning. I left and I went home. Because I didn't want nobody to see me, just shaking somebody's hand and they take a picture, malice, and turn around and say, yeah, they are buying votes, So I just went and I left and I went home. So again, I could understand the numbers, but at the end of the day, that don't mean nothing. If you win a race by 0.0000000000001 millisecond, you still win the race.
True.
You understand? So I won a seat again in Parliament there to represent the people. Some don't like it. Some are extremely happy, but I am there to serve everybody. Everybody, even those that didn't vote for me or don't like me. I will continue to do what I do best.
MP, did new Parliament year, did your challenges change? Or you the same Lacrosse, you're fighting for the same thing, or from being elected from January until, let me say, August 18, 19, did anything change? Did you say, okay, I gotta add that to my challenges for the people? Did anything change?
I got two things that I want to add to it. As a party, we add different things, but like I told you, one of these days, MP Hartley would come, and have that discussion with you himself. But again, the electoral reform, that's something that took place and sent us into election. I don't believe that should ever take place again. So that by itself, that is something that I'm definitely going to challenge. I've chosen to be part of almost every committee in Parliament. So yes, it is a lot. So it means that I will have a full schedule, but it don't matter to me. I'm there to work. And if it's one thing that I love to do is work. So, and then the next thing that I want to really pay attention to is, we keep talking about, how you want a country to grow, okay? But we keep forgetting the people that they are doing the work, So I've decided to actually really pay attention to how government treats its civil servants. Under which conditions they're working, what are their benefits, because at the end of the day, if I want you to give me 150%, you need to be happy. You need to be comfortable. You can't have civil servants out there trying to figure out how they're going to feed their family. And they are the ones representing, they're your face in the government apparatus. So this is something I think that we really, really need to pay attention to, because at the end of the day, Gerard, after you work a whole month and before your paycheck hit your salary, hit your bank account, that you're already trying to figure out where you're going to loan money, to be able to feed your kids at the rest of the month. Gerard, at the end of the day, they don't understand nothing enough. Listen, when this little one, where he is, he bent over, Maya, when he says, what's your favorite food? When he says he wants sushi, listen, it ain't got nothing you could do about that. He wants sushi, and you don't know how to explain a child, hey, I don't have the money to give you, to spend a $20 to buy you sushi. So, and I want that every civil servant, I want everybody in Sudan to be able to do that for their kids. I ain't talking about, you're buying yourself a big chain or a big car, a big, expensive clothes. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about your bare necessities. Feed your kids, make sure your kids have, some type of proper education, so that they could see themselves growing eventually, out of poverty that most of us live in.
Because MP, this week or last week, you hit the thing about the civil servant too, because about the government building. The new is new. Let me say it's new because they went in 2000.
No. You see, in my article, I don't want I don't want to make everything political, you know. And again, what do you do in Parliament? I'm a politician.
Yes.
Okay. So you can't tell me don't play politics because that is what I do. And in Parliament, you have to play politics. But at the end of the day, I want results.
Yeah.
You know, when I was there, and I said it when I was there last year, I saw that my office itself, that there was mold.
Okay.
You know, so I started to ask questions about it. They came, they said it's the roof that is leaking. They have a plan to fix the whole roof. You know, we vacated the top floor of my at least my where I was sitting down for 2-3 days. We came back, they fixed that part of the roof, they paint everything over again. So I figure, okay, you know what, the problem was solved. So in due time, we're talking about between December to now, I still getting calls from civil servants telling me, you know, hey, this place full of mold, or I sick, I home for 3 months, I home for 4 months, I sick in this. And for people to turn around and try to say, oh, you're trying to play politics, this have nothing to do with politics. This have nothing to do with politics. There was a plan there from the previous government. Okay. I don't know what happened with that plan. Maybe this government gone in and say, hey, we have a better plan. Or maybe the plan wasn't properly executed, or the plan wasn't no good. That is not the point. The point is the problem is still there. And what we want, or what I desire, is that it is solved, because our healthcare ain't the best in the world. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say it. So when you have somebody that have respiratory illnesses from mold, it rough. It rough on these people. So again, they could call it politics, but for me, I am genuinely worried, because these are people that I know, these are people that I've worked with, these are people that see me on the street, and they're like, oh, your office ain't no more, so you don't care. And that hurts, because you know you have to still find a balance, so the government don't feel like you're attacking them, you know. And it's not about attack. Just tell me what your plan is, and if your plan is not working, then let's sit down, right? Come to Parliament, let's close the doors, and let's find a solution to the problem. You have 15 members of Parliament, and you got 7 ministers. Let's all sit down. Let's discuss it. Let's see how we could solve the problem.
Because MP, when you say because you know everybody playing politics, they gonna say, okay, La Cruz went on that, we ain't gonna sit down with La Cruz and fix it. We gonna fix it, and you know, at the end of the day, it's best it get fixed.
I don't care who gets it done. You understand? If I see a problem, Gerard, and I mention the problem, and I come with a solution, and they don't like my solution, I don't have a problem with that. Get it done. Once it's done, everybody happy. And that is the only thing I could do. Sitting in opposition, I can't call a minister and say, Minister, you have to do that. All I could do is what you saw me do. I send questions. The Prime Minister has 3 weeks to reply to our questions. If he doesn't, I call him to Parliament.
Okay.
And I call him to Parliament, and then we have that discussion. They know me already. They call me MP motion. So, and again, you know, it's not about that.
No,
it is not about. It's about the people, you know. And if he has a plan, and if it's working, you know, then just tell us what it is. You know, tell the civil servants what it is. Stop hiding.
Because MP, you're the first since Parliament. You're the first one I see dealing with this issue, civil servant. Because all the time we hearing is minimum wage, but now that like is the how do you say that? The working place for the civil servant. You're the first one I hear like hitting the ground with this.
When you look, sometimes people talk about a salary, but it don't matter how much I pay you, it will never be enough. Not in this economy, it will never be enough. But if people feel appreciated, you know, you could get people to do so much for you, you know, and push harder for you if they feel appreciated. And the only way I could feel appreciated is if I know that you care about me personally, that you care about my family, that you care about my kids. Because how are you going to get somebody to give you 100%
If you're not feeling good,
And
you
they will
don't
say, oh,
do.
but that's your job. And no, because there are ways to doing things.
Mm,
You could do things happily
mm,
and fast, or you could just take your time and do it. And that is what eventually happens because people are disgruntled. So I want the civil servants to know, that um, the United People's Party and Pila Cruz is going to be paying keen attention to your working environment and your standards of living because we are demanding a lot from you. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that you are comfortable and happy at your workplace. I want you to not easily call in sick.
okay.
I want you to say, hey, nobody. And Pila Cruz worked too hard for
Mm,
me to,
mm.
be calling sick for a month.
MP, do you have an estimation about how much office or how much government building, how much office on the government building or the office they have around the island who have these issues and service is
Jared,
not feeling good?
listen, we have a big problem with mold on the Dutch side. I understood also from a school that had
Okay.
mold. So again, it is not. You need to remember that what took place with a government building, for example,
Yeah.
it was empty for a lot of
Hmm.
years, and automatically then you have a problem with mold. Okay, so I know that, but let's find a solution. Let's find a solution. And it's not only the government building.
Did you have any MPs who approach you, tell you, why you challenging your yes, we supporting you, or everybody stand the corner say, okay, it's La Cruz with a party, we don't have to, whatever he's saying.
I must say this, Gerard. Okay, I've had no conversation with nobody other to that,
Mm,
because a lot still think, hey, it could be politics
mm,
playing, but I have a whole different feeling about this parliament. And I
okay.
must commend my other MPs.
Mm,
Um, it don't feel like the previous elected group.
okay.
There's a little more cohesion.
Mm,
We actually sitting and discussing things for the betterment of the country.
mm,
And I am extremely happy, that is taking place. Again, there's still a majority
mm,
and a minority,
yeah.
but at the end of the day, I see a lot more cohesiveness than before. And that I'm happy about.
MP, when you do you have the figures how much civil servant that's a government have? Do you have almost because we in that's all you are thousand something?
For civil servants,
Yeah.
oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
Um, I have I know I have it somewhere written down,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I don't know it out of my head. But it is a lot.
Is
It
that
is. It is. Yeah, we have a lot of civil servants.
okay?
You know,
MP election done. Everybody, all the MPs done swearing. He just missing some in the cabinet of Marcelina too. How you feel from January to the other because the ministers tell you except Minister of Justice still Minister of Justice
Mhm.
until the new
Yes.
one come in.
Mhm.
How you feel about those ministers who carrying the policy or the things for the country?
Listen, again, Gerard. Everybody got a job to do.
Hmm.
Okay, they ball and say, "Oh, we didn't get a chance. We had no time to get it done. To do nothing. We only were there 17 days." La 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 la. La. I need them to know that I am watching.
Okay.
I'm paying attention. Okay, I'm there to help
Mm.
first. But if you don't do your job, right, please note that questions will come from my person, from our faction, and you will be called to parliament.
Because now when we're watching it, like everything running smooth. Do the country find money or we get money somewhere or in between because before was a money problem with GB, we get the generators and them and then
We were yesterday. We actually, as members of parliament, we had a tour. We
at
spent a
GB.
couple hours at GB, and we understood a lot more of
Okay.
what is going on. Um, I was somewhat surprised when I heard some of the things that I heard, okay? But at the end of the day, it's ours. GB is ours. And um, as members of parliament, our job is to just try to bring legislation, bring ideas, and push the government to push the board, to push management in the direction that it needs to go and the way we see the country going forward. So again, I have a good communication line with the CEO of GB.
Okay.
He is I know him for a lot of years. I know his brother, his sister, and I know he's trying hard. And I know the guys down at GB, they're working hard, they're working long, they're working hard. So it hurts when you hear people say, "Oh, GB, no good," and they're working for GB.
True.
It again, not knowing that sometimes these guys have to run a 12-hour shift, work a whole weekend to come and work on a Monday again. These are things that were highlighted to us, in that meeting yesterday. So it gives you a different feeling or make you think, what, let's attack this or let's deal with this from a different point of view.
But after that tour you do yesterday with your colleagues, do you feel GB problem could be solved long time, or do you believe government know everything to fix the GB problem, or because how we see now Christmas coming is, I'm not talking only for businesses, it's talking for the population, because if imagine you want every St. Martin people will celebrate Christmas, however they celebrate it. Like imagine like you do your shopping, you have all your family home, you're getting your thing in black. GB gone, like the fellow say.
Listen, there's so much things that could go wrong. And again, because we were there yesterday, I understood that,
Okay.
it is not just one thing. It is so much things that could go wrong that would cause us to, for you to lose electricity or for us to end up in a blackout. What I say is you always have to be prepared. And if you expect, if you have, if you got 10 generators to power the country, then please find a way to purchase an extra two, just in case, we need that extra push, just in case the country wants to grow, Somebody just say here that things are better now because nobody tried to break government, and that's another misconception that everybody have. You go into an election and is to govern. You want to be a member of parliament that is associated or, directs government. And if not that, then what? And people still believe that it was opposition that broke government. It wasn't opposition that broke government. It was somebody who was in government that left and joined the opposition.
Yeah, but if we put the thing where if people were saying, it get influenced by opposition members.
Again, listen, and I remember the last time I was here, I even told you that. I said the previous MP, he felt a way about how things were going.
Okay.
He felt personally, he felt left out. He felt this wasn't going to work because he was seeing or hearing, all kind of confusion, and he decided to jump. He decided to leave. Again, there's no way anybody could say, hey, blame the opposition, because if this group now, for example, they look tight.
Yeah, but they have more MPs.
Even if they had 8, they're still tight. Okay? Because they're doing something different now. They learned from what happened the last time. They learned from it. So again, if 1, 2, 3 of them decide we are not happy and they join us, does that mean that we broke government? They are not happy where they are.
It's their break government.
They were break government, So at the end of the day, like I said, you know that you have a good girlfriend because the one you had before was horrible, right?
Yes and no.
And you know you got a bad girlfriend now because you're going to compare it to what you had before. So here's your chance. Here's your chance to see what you had before comparing to what you're going to get now.
Exactly. So MP, we see GB problem. You guys visit, we suppose, but the visit do you be normally the people have to expect to have less shutdown, less.
Yes, yes, it's going to take some time still.
Mhm.
That's what we understood. There's a couple maintenance schedules that are still out for a couple generators, but we will. I see the light.
Okay.
I see the light when I see where they're building to put the new generators.
Mm.
Something that made me extremely happy when I heard that the new generators that are coming in, that they're all the big ones that they could burn, three types of fuel.
Ah, yeah,
The
I know that.
LNG.
Yeah, I
You
know that.
understand?
Yeah.
So that made me extremely happy because I know the type of savings that it will bring to the country.
Mm.
And we see now by the harbor what took place. A big shipping company decided to leave and
Yeah, we
going,
we coming to that
you
because
know,
yeah.
going Guadeloupe because they it's not deep
Mhm.
enough. They ain't got no LNG. But this is a problem that we are going to
That will kill
encounter.
business.
Jan,
That could kill
you're
business.
going
For
to
both us, both sides.
listen. You're going to remember.
Mm.
You're going to remember because I'm starting to feel like I feel like Moses in the wilderness
Mm.
screaming,
Mhm.
right? The Messiah will come. The Messiah will come,
Mm.
right? The problem going to hit and it's going to hit hard
Yes.
if we don't deal with our fuel problem on the Dutch side. You understand? The shipping industry,
Hmm.
the cruise industry
Yeah.
is begging. They are begging. And I told you the last time, I've been to multiple cruise conferences, and all of them, one of the main topics was LNG
Hmm.
and the possibility to plug into our shores.
Okay.
They have a bill that they have to pay because they're burning diesel
Hmm.
that is making the prices too high, which is causing less people to go on cruises. And it's going to be less attractive to St. Martin.
Yeah.
So these are things that, and I hope um, that it really happened sooner than later that we start to think, hey, where we want to be 10 years from now.
Because MP, let me break it down for the people because if those shipping company don't come to St. Martin, you pay more when the shopping, the big every business because most things we import them. So it means your container is going down Guadeloupe and you have to make
Pay
sure
then,
for them
yeah,
to come
because
up.
it go in Guadeloupe and
Mm.
then come in here.
Yeah.
You
pay
know
double.
problem. Yeah, you know
So
problem.
everything going,
It touching a euro to come to Gilla.
you see?
It touching a euro to come to Gilla. So when you come and you tell me like, oh, nothing wrong, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
We can't be losing business, Yeah, I would have gone there and tell them people, listen, give me a month, give me 2 months. I would have come back here, pull an urgent meeting, listen, we need to trench, we need to do this, we need to do this.
Yeah, but do and Point Branch Company have the port authority have money to do those
Yeah,
work?
they find money for election, right?
Well, that was the other story.
Jad, listen, let me tell you something.
Mm.
When you find yourself in a situation, right? You'll make the cuts, you'll do what you have to do because you know that is going to generate money.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were thinking now that from that company you were getting 500,000 in taxes and TOT, right? Readjust your budget now because you don't have it. You're not getting it.
So that means because we have the same issue because is hey we can't allow all the containers come for permit and just cross the border. So it come back like things we used to pay maybe $5 now, you might pay 10 for it, only for those who don't import certain things. So government because yes this week we see the minister of TIAT, she meet with the big one of the big boss for GMA, GMM, something so. And did you have you have any echo what the minister of TI because we seen the minister of TI she doing a lot of she moving a lot. I can't say she doing commercial, but she moving a lot. She tagging certain things. I see that's why I read newspapers. That's what I see. You as a member from I would say the opposition, how you see things?
What I want to hear is the solution.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
It is to me unacceptable that we accept that a big company like that was bringing big money into the country, that was hiring people, hiring trucks, give the crane hours,
Okay.
that we are not going to lose that business. And nobody ain't telling me, nobody telling the public how we're going to replenish that what was lost. Because instead of growing, we're losing,
Yes.
and as a ministry, right, and the Ministry of Economic Affairs, which I always felt little or almost nothing is done with that part of the ministry, other than collecting for business licenses, right? Um, I want to hear the plan. I want to hear the plan. Come, let's brainstorm the plan. Because again, this is not the minister's fault. I can't say, hey, this is her fault. This is the ministry fault. I don't know if the company had this discussion with the harbor before, a year, 2 years ago, saying, hey, look, we if we don't do this, we don't see this, we're gonna have a problem. We've never heard anything about it either.
Okay.
But again, let's find a solution before the others decide, hey, we might need to leave too.
Okay.
And then we have a bigger problem. And the problem will continue growing. So I want solutions. I want ideas, If there's a problem, don't only just come tell me the problem. Tell me how you as a government, how you as a minister see it, and how you think that we could solve it. Let's brainstorm it.
So the solution is like, I can't say you're gonna do the decision. You're not the minister of theater.
Trench. If it's too shallow, deep, they want to plug in. Go get LNG generators. Bring the transshipment point here. Distribute LNG to the rest of the Caribbean. Put those ships. You want money?
Yeah.
You want money?
Yeah.
Make it possible that them cruise ships could plug in here on St. Martin. It don't have a ship, I think, no cruise line, that if you tell them, listen, we need a loan, for example, to be able to do this for all you. You think they will say no?
I said be good for them.
You know how much companies are willing to come here and give it to us with an agreement, a PPA agreement? You understand what I mean? So we are. You keep saying you don't have money. You don't have money. Okay, you don't have money. But then what is your solution? What is your solution? Because not having money, you ain't going to get none neither. You're not going to get none neither.
Yeah, but if you don't have the money, how do you say, you have to come with a plan to bring the money. Or you sit down with those companies, you cut that deal, you sign whatever you have to sign, as long you don't have to sign to, how you say, at least after 5 or 10 years, you get back your thing, you make your money, more money.
Yeah, this morning I parked my car up and I looked across and I saw the tent with the ladies from the marketplaces. There's a fence closing them off.
Okay.
And there's a boom. Okay. So right away, one of them came to me and they're like, look, Mr. La Cruz, I had a sale last week. Nobody don't come here. And then I walk a little further and I saw the spot where we had planned and which was agreed with Rami to put on the tent. That they right by the parking lot.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, like, why? Why put them in the back of a fence?
Nobody knows see them.
And you understand what I mean?
So, but MP, okay, maybe you don't have the answer for that, but normally the minister of theatre supposed to ask them, do you think it's a good spot, or you don't just design an office and put it there? Because even me, I went on, I see the old market, I said, but where's the vendors in them? I was like, me look for them. I said, where they be? But after, like, now you tell me they be in fences, normally I didn't see them.
You're not going to see them neither. And these are people that have families to feed. Again, let's not just do things to do things. Let's just get it done properly. Let's think broad that we know that they're going to, in a couple months, they're going to be in a better place and they're going to be happy. But today they're suffering.
Yeah.
Today they're suffering.
Because when I listen to it, just like the actual minister of theatre, they didn't follow all the plans And former Minister of Tiat
The
leaving.
former minister, the minister of Tiat, said she wanted her own plan. She didn't like what was there. That's her
Okay.
prerogative.
Okay.
Okay, so I've not seen as yet the new plan for the building.
Mhm.
But what I see now, okay, just where the market ladies are placed, right? I think
MP, do tourists come in this market? Now we see tourists come, Margaret.
no, not there. So the
When I say
part of our plan.
actual old market, I'm talking
Listen,
about.
even the old market,
Mm.
our plan, right, was, and that is why we spoke right away at the time of a bus terminal,
Yeah.
to put a bus terminal there, a big bus terminal,
Mm.
that the tour buses could stop there. We had discussions with Royal Caribbean then, and they said they had no problem with it. They reached out to their tour guides or the tour companies and also said, hey, listen, pickup would be at the harbor, but drop off would be in Phillipsburg, right there.
After
So
you
they
walk.
would have to walk straight through the marketplace
Yeah.
to go back into Phillipsburg. Because what is happening, again, it is not the goal of the cruise ship that their passengers purchase on the island.
No, it's more money on the boat.
They want money on the boat.
Yeah.
So they if they get a chance, they'll open the casinos while they're here. They got jewelry stores. They are giving all kind of discounts, and telling people all kinds of things. Okay. But at the end of the day, it is we as a people, we need to make it attractive and enticing for when the tourists come here, that they spend the dollars here. So that was the idea, to put them there, drop,
Yes.
a bus company, the bus terminal would be right there, where also the buses, the passenger buses would pull up there and they could leave from there also.
Okay.
So all of that was, and drawings are there for it already. So
Well, that's the thing, because sometimes I say it's best like if the project is good, why not following? But don't, you could continue it, but don't start to change everything, because we see that happen in France. I know. Anyway, that was between me and you. Economic. What's the LNG?
liquid natural gas. LNG
Okay.
is liquid natural gas.
Okay.
It is, in a small comparison, so people could understand. $100 burning $100 of LNG gives you the equivalent energy as $700 of diesel.
Okay, a big difference.
I'm going to say it again. $700 of LNG gives you the same energy as $700 of diesel, and it is cleaner. If LNG gets spilled at our shores, you wouldn't even notice. You could actually drink LNG.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? So again, it will take an investment. It will take some money to put into it, but it make a lot of sense in the long run. I have a stupid philosophy. I'd rather buy one shot a year that costs me $200.
It lasts more longer.
But it will last me 10 years.
Yeah.
Than buy,
but not all the time.
20 shots. That buy 20 shots for $20.
Because sometimes you could buy a shot for $2 and last you more than 10 years than one you buy expensive.
That's true. Again, but like I say, I rather think in the future on where I want to be. Hey, let me give you an example. Real simple. Okay, you're gonna build a house and you want 4 bedrooms, but right now you only have money for 2 bedrooms. Will your foundation be for 2 bedrooms or will it be for 4? Again, if you want to build a house with 4 bedrooms, okay, but you don't have the money to build all 4 bedrooms right now.
You build 2.
You build 2, but will your foundation be for 2?
Or be for 4?
Exactly. So that is what I'm saying, because you're anticipating that in the near future, I gonna need 2 more rooms. I want 2 more rooms. Okay, and that was my problem, and that is my problem with a lot of things that happen in government. Haphazardly to solve a problem today, but not thinking where we want to be 10, 15, 20 years from now.
Because MP, when I listen to you, okay, government change, do you feel one of these days from certain song you see, the Minister of TIAC or the Minister of Romeo will say, okay, I need to sit down with MP Lacos because you're not. I talked with another MP of air this weekend, and he was saying the same thing. You need to meet the Minister of Romeo because Patrick is a good fellow.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. And I said it. Yesterday. I've known the Minister of Rami for some time now because he worked in a building, in fact. He is very approachable.
Yeah.
He is very approachable. He's humble, and again, I have no problem with that. I have no problem. I have a good relationship also with the Minister of Finance.
Okay.
We went to elementary school together, so again, I don't want war because war don't solve our problems.
No.
And at the end of the day, people don't understand nothing when it comes to politics. They want solutions. They want a better standard of living, and that is all I want. I want to make sure, Gerard, that if in 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 years from now, I shut my eyes, I leave St. Martin better than I met it. I want when they look at me, okay, I want them to be proud. I want them to know that their father, right, stood for something and worked to better the country that they call home.
MP is 7:50 anyway. We continue because we gotta continue. I know at time back you used to deal with taxi license. Okay. Do you, because someday we see some video and social media, I believe you see it too. Do anybody who asks a light taxi license have a supposed to do or something? Because
so one of the things when we were in there, for example, one of the first options that was given is people, if you're driving bus or you want taxi, if you got T and you want G, if you want G and you got T or you want taxi, that you would request it. Okay. We got 4 requests from people that were driving bus that wanted a taxi license.
Okay.
And we interviewed them.
Okay.
We had an interview with them, and 3 of them didn't get it.
Why?
Because they didn't speak enough English. That was one. Next, I asked questions about St. Martin that they couldn't answer.
The minimum.
So I was like, okay, you're not ready. Okay. But I know that there was also a plan and there was once a course given. I remember we had this discussion with Royal Caribbean, and when we was by one of the cruises where the same lady that gave the course to a customer service and in St. Martin, that she would come back and do the same thing again. I know that there was another group that put in a proposal to do it, a local group that wanted to do that. And all of these things were things that we had already planned and said, hey, you know what? We're going to make it mandatory that every year, every 2 years, everyone that is working in the public transportation would have to come and do a test.
Okay.
Or follow a course. So we sing the same song.
Yeah.
We out there. We sing the same song to our guests out there. We tell them exactly how the island, where the island, what the island is about.
Yeah, because if I take a taxi from Jordana Airport and I ask you what's about the crossway or something about that soy or Mr. My name up in the hill, the taxi fellow, and you tell me they just Mr. Bell, and you tell me there's a status and the government just put down and you don't know the story,
then you have a problem.
Yes.
But let me ask you a question, Gerard. You ever been to New York?
Yes.
A taxi driver ever tell you anything?
No.
Okay, good. Now, we want something else. We want more of our drivers. And I understand that. If I am a customer and I jump in a taxi and he say, drop me there, that is my job to drop you there. Okay. And I should at least know where it is I'm going. Okay. Our country, our island, right, is, and again, I want us to go back to being the friendly island. And if you in that field, you are the face of the country, and I expect you to know the country. That's it.
Because what you saying here, because me every year I go Miami, and I believe at time I take a taxi in Miami,
And he get lost with you.
and I tell him, listen, this is, I tell him the avenue number.
And he get
The
lost
guy
with you.
dropped me some like 3 block from this avenue. And you know what make me vex? I tips him $10 now.
You know, listen, we when you want to beat a dog, you find a stick. Okay? And unfortunately, even when this thing came out, right? You know, that was something that happened 2 months before, right?
Okay.
And I am afraid that a lot of people see that, a lot of tourists see that, and they would turn around and come and look for confusion because they feel that they will be rewarded, you know. And again, you know, it was the minister's prerogative to do whatever she thought was right at that point, you know. I hope it don't become a norm, because if it's one thing we know, and you could see it all over online, right? They good to complain.
Yeah, go to complain, but for those who don't travel, sometimes it's not because somebody write on Youth Radio page, Youth Radio is not good. It means Youth Radio is not good, because if we sometimes have to read only reviews, we'll not travel.
Why?
Because me, I do the experience. Some areas I went in the world, they tell me, listen, don't go there. If you go there, they're gonna take your chin. Don't go there.
The best restaurant on TripAdvisor, and it was a video. If you look for it, you will laugh. Didn't even exist. Top 5-star restaurant on TripAdvisor didn't exist. Literally didn't exist. It was an experiment. 2 people, 3 people sit down and create a page. And when you call, they say, oh no, we book, we full, we full, we full. And it went sky high, and people, again, because it is you behind a computer, and you could write whatever you want, and there's no accountability.
Exactly.
You know, no accountability. So again, like I said, right, we want better from for our industry, but at the same time, you need to make sure that,
because MP, something I think about. So, do you believe it's only grassroots in Matno or young St. Matno who should be taxi driver?
But you asking me that question, and you know that my reply will be no. I'll tell you why, Gerard. I don't believe if somebody turn around and they call St. Martin their home, okay, they have all the rights like you and I to call it their home. And if you exclude me, I will stop caring for St. Martin. And that's the problem. Again, go back and look at the line at the end of the month by Rapidito. Look at the line by Western Union. And it is basically, most foreigners would tell you, I built in a house back home. And they have a hell of a mansion being built. But here they live in what we call in Dutch a Krottenwijken. They live in the ghetto, you know, no cesspool. They run in septic water on the street because they don't care. But how they reach that point to not care? You understand?
Yeah.
If I tell you, hey, this is your country because you live in here, I expect you to treat it as such. You know, don't throw no garbage out of the window. But if I turn around and tell you, you ain't from here, you're going to throw more.
That you have that one too, because okay, I'm part of this generation, you know, with modern fathers, strangers, okay. But after, like, it still exists. Somebody could talk with you, nice in your face, and in the back they say the lab damn little Haitian.
Yeah.
So should I feel insult? No. I say, well, listen, St. Martin is my home. So if you know, hey, listen, I don't know what you say, no, it's my home. It's my home. And when you gonna say the little Haitian, I don't care. I adapt myself.
Say the little Haitian, the little Dominican, the little Jamaican, the little Kititian, it don't matter. But when you go back and look, all of us come from somewhere here. And if you continue with that type of mentality, you're not going to get.
Yeah, we're not moving forward.
You're not going to. That is exactly, and I'm going to say something now. That's exactly what they want. They want you to discriminate against your own black people. You understand? Because as long as we are fighting each other, we can't grow.
That's what paranormal this is the system.
It's set up in that way. Okay. You understand? You know, listen, I had a philosophy when I was in Holland, right? And I used to watch it good. I would never have a discussion I'll fight with another black man as myself in front of no white people.
But you see, me I saw. Locally, we can have whatever difference.
But let's have it among each other.
When we outside, nobody know.
No. Exactly. Let's make sure that we seem united, even we're not.
But the MP, you know that don't work. Sometimes we own black people trying to bring we down, kill we down. You don't not say like listen.
I want to teach them different.
You can try.
And I don't want to give up, Gerard. I don't ever want to feel right that there's no hope. You know,
always got hope.
I want a united parliament. I want a united parliament and government. I want a united people. I want us to sit down and make a plan on how, bring back St. Martin to what it should be. We were the gem of the Caribbean, and slowly but surely we are losing that.
Yeah, but we could only come back together and be the gem of the Caribbean because if we start to stick together. Don't bring down that one. Don't bring down.
You want to hear something that you gonna make you laugh, right? Melee travels quick and fast.
Yeah.
Do something good. It's dead in 2 days. Do something bad, right? Or let them feel that you do something bad, and it becomes a story to be told all over the world. Because you're only there and ready to break down your own. Exactly. Where is the building up?
Because it's the same thing in politics. If La Cruz do good, say La Cruz do good. If La Cruz did take a road and I see that road, listen, La Cruz, that when you going there, he ain't gonna be good for you. And La Cruz, you have to be able to tell your politician, listen, you're wrong.
I ain't happy with what you do. Oh, I don't understand. I don't understand why you do that. Please explain me. You know, I get calls. When I tell you I get calls, I spend 45 minutes, an hour with people, and then after they would turn around and message me and say, "But you first, first I would sit down 45 minutes, right, to explain me, little stupid me, right, the whole situation." I said, because if you don't understand, you lose faith.
That's the thing.
And if you lose faith, not only in me, but in your government, in parliament, right, then you're treated different. And I want you to hold me accountable. I want you to call me. I want you to tell me, hey, I understand what you do. I don't understand what you did there. Why did you do that? Why did you guys do that? So, and, I give my number. Everybody have my number, 526-6868. Send me a WhatsApp if you got a question.
Yeah.
And I will reply.
Folks, that was MP La Cruz. I believe he answered all my questions. And even we went off a track about, but sometimes it's best you have politician. I say every politician is human. You're gonna do good things. You're gonna do maybe something mistake you don't know. But the population, you have to actually listen. I took this decision because I see that's my vision. Because if you take a decision because the party say, listen, we voting against, and you don't express yourself, that's what we have in that soil. Everybody lift up their hand. Who is poor, everybody poor. But you don't express yourself. I could be for it. I could be for. But I need to explain why I would be for.
You need to explain me, boy. Listen, you need to explain. I had a meeting today and I tell them, I say, I don't care how dumb you think I will look. But I'm going to ask you, if you say something that I don't understand, I'm going to ask you, you're going to explain me. And you're going to explain me again. Because if you want my support, right, I need to be able to explain the population why I took that decision, but also I need to be able to tell you what I think about it. And you need to be able to understand and listen to what I think because I represent the people.
Yeah, because it's good to have, because sometimes people are going to send you something. Can you explain? Do you understand this French, how they rated your, I say, listen, I understand this. And then we go in a conversation because the thing, what they rate is not that. And that's why they say, I like people who don't know something, they will ask. And you have people that pretend they know everything. And they don't know nothing. Thank you very much. Folks, that was that was MP last word for tonight.
God is good.
Always.
All the time. St. Martin, we're there to work. We're going to continue pushing to make sure that we get this country to where we want it to be.
Okay. Well, folks, that was MP La Cruz.
Say good night.
With two bodyguards, you have two bodyguards for those who are watching, two bodyguards. You see, the same song. So folks, that's far for me. What the camera do? The camera do what you want. The old man done in the house. He done ready for once I see. I got 3 months I didn't see the old man. So the old man in the house. He don't say in the house. So folks, be safe. For tonight, I would like to address my condolences to the Manuel family in Agreement for passing of late Marilyn. We gonna miss her and the family be strong. And for the other lady from Agreement Pass, the wake will be Mardi and the funeral is Friday. I will give you guys more info Mardi. And don't forget, next week is La Cruz to start my season politics this year. So next week, politics, we're going to know what's going on, friends. Sorry, okay? So then you guys will know. So be safe for those who drive in. Be safe in the way for those who start to party. Drink water. If you feel you drink too much alcohol, call the taxi fellas. You got more. You got Stephen. You got a load of them. You got Jeremy. You got a load of them. Don't give me a list of the taxi. So folks, be safe. After me, the Honorable Alan Richardson, aka Tula with Backbone.
Who that is coming up?
Smiling faces, we share the hard times. Now nobody wanna leave it up to the one who did, 'cause no one cares about yesterday's and today's hard time to bear. So mountain is my home, and I'll do but anything to make it blue. I think of it, I dream of it in the morning, night and noon. Sand Mountain is sweet home, and to it I'll give my life to keep on shining like the sunshine that comes out in the morning. All I see before me
one people, one destiny. So come